Hi everyone, it's the Badguy here, back with another video, and in today's video I'm going to be bringing you 5 tips on how to go from fighter to conqueror in the arena. Hey guys, welcome back. Now, going from fighter to conqueror in Summoner's War is one of the bigger milestones that you can actually do in the game, because it shows that you put in the time, energy and effort into 6-starring monsters to make your dungeon teams, which in turn you spend time farming those dungeons and eventually getting your runes to a point in which they can be competitive in the world arena. Now, anyone who's able to get to this point should be proud of themselves, at least in the when it comes to Summoner's War, because that's top 10,000 people in your server. And so, like, if once you manage to get to that milestone, I believe that you should the next one that you should be working towards is Guardian, right? Okay, now let's get straight into my 5 tips that I have for you guys who may be stuck in the fighter 3 range trying to get into that conqueror range. So let's go ahead. Okay guys, my first tip for you guys on how to go from fighter to conqueror is that you should prepare. Now, what I mean by prepare is that during the week you should be doing some wings. That way you're able to maintain a rank that is at least 1400 or 1420 around there. Now, this is going to help you when the arena is about to reset, because you see the demarcation or the line for conqueror is 1500 points. So if you're holding 1450 or around close to that rank, it will be easier for you during rush hour to actually push into conqueror and try and hold it before the arena resets, and hence it will be a lot easier for you to actually get into that conqueror range. Okay guys, my second tip for you guys today is in regards to arena offense, and it's that you don't always need to cleave. Now, when I first went from fighter to conqueror, as in my first conqueror finish, I didn't actually even have a cleave team. I just used something along these lines with Bella, Veromos. These 2 units, you usually build them for your dungeon teams, which by now you probably have, and then one and 2 other units. Usually in place of Theomars there, I'd have an Escher, which I had built earlier on, which I got in my game, and you can replace him with any other like single target nuker. And Theomar is actually farmable now, so most people can get him. So like, this is something along these lines, and then you just slowly kill teams, and it's quite safe. So, and there's less chance of losing, because some people, like, maybe you want a cleave or something like that, and it's a tank team, and then you bring in a cleave which doesn't have very good runes and it's unable to cleave, and then you just guarantee the loss because you don't even have a heal or anything like that. So just go ahead and use these regular single target attacker teams, and they should serve you quite well. So you see, Bella just armor breaks a target, right? Well, if she ever does get her armor break, and then we slowly kill that unit. You see, my Delphoid will tank the damage from the Perna, and we slowly just kill we slowly kill the team. It's better to go slow and safe than to risk losing, because when you lose, it sets you back really far. And the guy who you lose to will hit you back because he knows you're unable to beat his defense, right? So, and then he'll hit you, and then you can't revenge him back because you know you can't beat his defense. So it's better you just take it slow, kill the units one by one, and get your 6, 7, 8 points or whatever, then lose those 7 points, and then you know you're set back with like 16 points because the guy already beat you, because the guy will revenge you, right? So if you lost 8 when you lost, if you lost 8 when you lost to his defense, and then he beats your defense, and then you lose another 8, and like that puts you really far back. So we just slowly kill. We'll kill Perna next, and as you can see, it works. Basically, it works. So if you have a Perna, you can use a Perna instead of Theomars, just any strong single target damage dealer. Escher was also quite safe for me back when I was new to this. Because he's tanky and he does really good single target damage, and it resets your when you kill a target. So you just kill off the squishies, and then you slowly kill off the tanks. It's better you avoid losing than actually it's better as in people won't, how do I put it, it's better you avoid the loss. It will set you back more, and it'll be really hard for you to come back from that. So yeah, that's my second tip for you guys. Okay guys, let's move on to tip number 3, and this tip is now in regards to your arena defense. When it comes to early game arena defense, like Fighter to Conqueror 1 arena defense, you don't really have to have the best setup or the best strategy in mind. It's more on your offenses. As long as you succeed more on your offenses and you hit less, then you'll be able to carry and you'll be able to hold that Conqueror rank, right? So like what you want to do for your defense is make it look scary. Like make it look scary. Don't make people think twice about hitting your defense. Now look at this defense. If you had something like this on defense, like I don't know if an early game person or someone who's trying to go from fighter to what's it called again, to Conqueror would have this. But you can see a lot of fire threat, a lot of fire presence. It dissuades Lucian users, and Lucian is like one of the most common arena offenses. It can still be slow rolled quite easily with a fast immunity buff and a fast attack gauge buffer, but it's not an easy target hit. Now let me just show you something that I would do maybe if I was early game. What I would recommend you to do is put in tanky monsters, which early game Lucian users won't be able to use one Lucian to go through. Put in some fire monsters like Chloe's. If you have a Chloe will dissuade Lucian users, especially earlier game Lucian users. Things like a Chisun, or if you have a Rakan, you can put one in. So if you have a lot of good fire monsters, you can even your Verdahile, you can put him in there and complete this. An earlier game person will think twice before they Lucian this, because they probably won't have all the damage to kill everyone here, and the Chloe may move in between and prevent them from being able to Lucian and things like that. So like you want them to go for other people. You want them to just avoid your defense. You can even use a Feng Yan here, right? No, this is not a Feng Yan, but Zhongfei here. It will help you like just dissuade people from hitting you. Honestly, that's what you want to do. You can put a Kamoon if you have one. Like there are a lot of options. Just make sure there's a really good fire presence that will dissuade Lucian users and make it tanky, and like it will be a pain to hit. Like for example, if you do this defense, Kamoon will be shielding and it will just be annoying. Chloe will buff and heal, and Verdahile will give them turns. So it's like I wouldn't want to hit that. That's what you want them to think, like, because they don't most people at that level don't have too many options for arena defense. They may not have an Alicia to come and water cleave this or something like that. They may not have a will shield cleave team or a stripper or something like that. So make your arena defense look scary. Make people not want to hit you. So the less they hit you, the more you're able to hold that Conqueror rank. That's all you need to do about your defense. Honestly, I could put in like my one monster or two monsters here could have no runes, but the enemy doesn't know that, right? Like they could have shit runes, but they don't know that. So just go ahead and use that tactic, make it scary looking, and you'll see a lot more success when it comes to trying to hold that C3 rank. So you just want to hold 1500. Okay guys, now moving on, we're going to tip number 4. Now tip number 4 is quite simple. All it entails is that you should try and focus on hitting the people at the top of the list first, and try and avoid the people who are lower down on the list. Now what's my logic on this? It's because as you can see, the point difference from the top to the bottom is quite high. That means that the guys at the top are a lot easier targets to hit than the ones at the bottom, right? So you want to avoid these bottom guys, because there's a huge chance you lose to them. Unless you're super confident in your teams and stuff, then you can attempt to hit them. But I feel like just try and stick to these top guys. Pick your fights quite wisely. You can go ahead and see, like, if you compare the team for the first guy on the list to the team on the last guy on the list, there's quite a big difference. This one is going to be a lot more challenging to hit. There's a lot more fire presence. I can't Lucian it, while in that top one I can just clearly double Lucian it. So like, just the whole point of this is to avoid losing, because losing will set you back really far, and the guy may revenge you and it will go even further back. So just avoid that, and you should find a lot more success when it comes to holding your rank in the arena, holding that C1 rank. So we'll just go ahead and do this one team. So yeah, I hope you guys are getting that logic. So the earlier guys are easier to hit. This also goes to the same for if you're doing higher level arena. Like once you get to that point where you know you're meeting tougher people, you just start focusing on the guys on the top of the list more, because even though they give you less points, the chances of you losing are less. So yeah, just focus on hitting the guys at the top and avoiding the guys at the bottom once you're getting close to that C1 rank. Okay guys, now we're coming to the close of the video. Now for my last tip for you guys is that you shouldn't be afraid to refresh your wings. Let's say you're in there doing the arena and you've reached rank 1470 there. You're very close to Conqueror 1 and you have 20 minutes or 10 minutes left for the reset time to actually reach. Don't be afraid to go into your crystals and actually refresh, because the refresh is 30 costs 30 crystals, right? And the reward for Conqueror 1 is a 50 crystal difference from Fighter 3, right? So you'll be making a profit basically. So you'll be spending 30 but you'll get 50 in return if you're confident that you can make that Conqueror, if you can hold that Conqueror rank till the end of reset, right? So don't be afraid to go ahead and dip into that crystal reserve to refresh. You'll get your Conqueror rank, you'll get more crystals, and it will just help you push further and further and give you the confidence to see that, yeah, I'm able to hold Conqueror. I've done this once, then I can definitely do it again, right? So guys, that has been my that's the last tip that I have for you guys. That is my 5 tips on how to go from Fighter 3 to Conqueror 1. I'm sure there's more we can talk about here, but these are the 5 things that I feel like I wish I knew when I was trying to get into Conqueror, because I failed getting into Conqueror quite a bit before I finally managed to get that rank. And it's a good feeling when you actually get to that top 10,000 in global server, EU or Asia, or whatever you're doing it, right? So go ahead and use these tips that I've given you guys. I hope they help you. I hope to see more of you in C1 so I can Lucian you and stuff, right? I'm sorry, but I will Lucian you. But thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.